Okay, guys, welcome back to the White Tigers Rising series here with the Truro City Football Club, and we find ourselves here at the start of November, just in front of our FA Cup match coming up in the next episode against Gillingham. But we are here fourth in the table, 28 points on 16 games, so we had a little bit rougher of a month than I would have liked. Overall, the defense is starting to gel. We're scoring some goals. So overall, not bad. We're still hanging tough. We're connected, so we're only 3 points out of the automatic playoff positions. The league is incredibly tight. Again, we're only 3 out of dropping out of the promotion playoff spots, but we're 19 above the drop zone. So we're in a comfortable position. I think we really need to keep winning games and putting points on the board to try and get to progressively move up here. And really kind of get ourselves into that top 3. I think that's really the place where we're looking to finish the end of this season, and kind of get an automatic trip out of here into League One. So I think that's where we're going to continue to push. We're going to continue to drive and push on. Overall, this month, I'm like I said, reasonably pleased. But you get to see for yourself all the results. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the first highlight. Okay, guys, so the first match of this package here was a 7-goal thriller against Yeovil. Kind of disappointed. I'm not sure what else to say. Yeovil's had our number this year. They knocked us out of the Johnson's Paint Trophy. This is the first time we came up against them in the league, and they really put us to it in the first half, and then a silly penalty in the second half is really the difference between nothing and a point in this one. So Cameron King here opens it up. Cameron King opens this one up. Just an unfortunate deflection off of our guy. He's in the right place at the right time, kind of off the set piece. We just didn't really react well, and they banged that bad boy in. 7 minutes later, they're back at it again. So Brown gets in there, just throws the cross out. He was reasonably well covered, but he just gets that little bit of space and slams that bad boy home. So really unhappy with that one. Andre Brown makes it a full 3-0 here before the half. Cornell got his hand on it, just unlucky, I guess, that he deflected it into the net, that he just couldn't keep it out. But I was really, really pissed going into halftime here. I think there's no other way to say it. Midfield and above played pretty damn well. But God, our back four just could not get out of their own way. So we yelled at them pretty thoroughly at halftime, and Big Freddie Tracy comes out in the 50th minute. We get a set piece, puts his head on it, gets us back to 3-1. Still not great, but something in there. Unfortunately, in the 63rd minute, we give up a stupid penalty, because that's how this day was going, and they bury it in the back of the net for a 4-1 advantage. So at this point, we're pretty much dead in the water, so anything else we get out of it is, icing on the cake, I guess. So Ben Holmes gets into the scoring mood. Kinsella gets out into a ton of space, just finds Holmes, sort of in a nebulous zone around the penalty spot, and he's able to click that into the corner. Kinsella in the 90th minute, and their keeper was injured, which I didn't notice at the time. Holmes gets it across, and Kinsella manages to dodge his guy and bash the header in. But at this point, it's just so damn late that nothing useful is happening in there. So we dropped points in a game we really should have. I think we should have picked up the full 3, but if we hadn't played so stupidly, we at least could have gotten 1 out of it. But onto the training round to make them run wind sprints and laps until they get all of this stupidity out of their system. So hopefully it continues to work. So we'll see you guys in the next highlight. Okay, guys, so this was the Notts County game. So we were back at home and sort of in the friendly confines, and I'm really disappointed that we ended up giving points away in this one. They shot a lot, but to really no effect. Um, we got ahead very early and just couldn't really do anything beyond that. And unfortunately, they equalized really late on us and just put us in a really crappy spot here to only take 1 point out of this one. So Victor managed to get the goal in which was a really nice way to start. Stupid error on their part. Just center back misses it. He's in the right spot to capitalize and buries it in the back of the net. So we were in a good place. I really thought, okay, we've got this goal in there. Maybe a little confidence is going to fly. Maybe we get one more, put a little space, knock down Notts County early in the first half, and then just ride this one out. Not to be the case. We attempted to draw this one 1-0 all the way to the end. Unfortunately, we have 9 guys out there who can't take the ball off of them. They get it out, and Evans is in the right place to just smash it into the back of the net, off of his forehead there. And unfortunately, we drop 2 points and only walk out of here with 1. So that's it for this one, guys. I'll see you in the next highlight. Okay, guys, so we're back here against the Portsmouth from Fratton Park in this one, and the best way I could describe this game is if I could play this game over and over and over all day, I don't think the result would ever be any different. It may be worse than this was, but I don't think I'm pretty sure that no matter how many times we tried, the ideas out on the field here, we just could not have figured out a way to beat Portsmouth. I think we were damn lucky to get out of here at 1-0. They were shooting a lot. They owned us. There's really no better way to say it. They controlled every aspect of this game. It didn't matter what adjustments I put in. We just could not seem to get out of our own way. Jack Everest managed the only scoring. We were damn lucky that this one was only 1. Just right in off the crossbar. So sort of stupidly lucky, but they deserved to win this game. There was really no more than that to it. We had no answer for them. It didn't really matter what we did. It didn't matter what adjustments we made. I think if we put 30 guys out there in front of the line, they still would have figured out how to get lucky in some way, shape, or form to beat us. So, disappointed with this one, to say the least. And unfortunately, it's kind of kept up the rocky tone of this month. So, I'll see you guys in the next highlight. Okay, guys, so this was the home game against Barrow, and this game was purely here to restore my faith in my squad. We came out and we just absolutely laid a beating on them. So happy that we rebounded really well from the last game. Putting the points on. This was a hugely important game for us to rebound after a very difficult game against Portsmouth. So I was really proud to see that we reacted. We reacted very well, and the whole team just played incredibly well. So Victor gets the scoring opened up here in the 17th minute. So we came out on an absolute heater. Good interception. Freddie Tracy just finds him in tons of space right around the keeper, knocks that one in the back of the net, and we're off and running. So minute later, off the set piece here, so we get a throw in, Holmes out wide, Kelsey Mooney just in the right place, first game back from injury, long layoff on injury, gets his first goal of the season, and we're now up 2-0 and just absolutely putting them to the sword. Rest of the first half was pretty quiet, but coming out of halftime, big Freddie Tracy decided he needed to get in on the action. So the cross comes in, kind of a mess there, but the low cross comes in, and boom, he's happy. I've started to notice we don't have a real dominating aerial presence, so we need more in terms of low crossing to support what we do. Julian Thrower got one back for Barrow. Kind of annoyed that we didn't keep the clean sheet. Actually, really annoyed. He was in a little bit of space. We just didn't close him down, and boom, smashes it in the back of the net. 3-1. They had a little bit of a lifeline. We managed to kill most of the rest of the game off, but Victor decided, this day isn't complete unless he picks up a brace. So he gets the ball skidded into him and just in all kinds of space. Lapsley picked him out really nicely. He was in all kinds of space and just slotted that one into the upper corner, and we walk out reasonably triumphant. So a good rebound game for us in this one, and I'll see you guys in the feature game of the month. Okay guys, so this is the feature game of the month, and as per usual, with our feature games, we have a 0-0 draw. Not a whole lot to say going out of this game. Reasonably even. I think the draw is a fair result, on the road, so it was a reasonably good-sized road game. I think we've managed to sort of have the Bristol Rovers number in prior seasons, so I was a little disappointed we sort of didn't, get in there on the old smash and grab, but, we got away with the point, so that's two, sort of unbeaten in the last two, coming off that rough loss from Pompey. So let's jump in, take a look at the extended highlights, and we can see how this one went. So underway in this one. So again, not a whole lot going on. Foul on the edge of the box. I think we got incredibly lucky on that set piece. We've been suspect from set pieces, to say the least, this year. So I think we got a little bit lucky. The team's organized pretty well. We went a little bit of a change up here to a 4-4-1-1 that I've been playing around a little bit with, just to kind of put, to try and get a more of a midfield presence in the gap, and that one Tracy's just not able to turn around and do anything with it quickly enough. I'm not willing to say that I like the tactic just yet. I think there's a lot more development that needs to happen. I think we have to do some more thinking about it. Obviously, it produced at least a draw, so it's no worse than, Lapsley just whacking the crossbar on that one. Unlucky. So obviously it wasn't terrible. It didn't generate any, it just didn't generate anything. We had opportunities. No clear-cut chances, so we didn't really create any clear-cut chances. We generated a lot more long shots out of it, which I'm disappointed with, and we'll have to work on kind of closing that out. Tracy gets himself into space, manages to turn, but fires and doesn't turn in anything. Nobody in the game had a clear-cut chance, so I can't tell if this was just individual defensive brilliance on both sides, or a serious tactical failure on my part, as I'm trying to work ideas. I'm finding with my 4-4-2 running against other 4-4-2s, there's just too much space, and we're kind of getting killed by it. We just can't. It's not that we're not picking up points, but we just don't seem to be able to get anything started. And we seem to be doing more hanging on than genuinely, sort of going out on the front foot and winning. A little bit of evens on the tripping and whatnot there, so we'll take it. But Tracy gets himself in a little space, but can't continue the run. McDonald up finds it. Plus, just another long shot. I told him to stop doing that, and he just sort of doesn't want to listen. I've also been trying to find a way to kind of get McDonald back on the field to keep him sort of engaged in what we've got going on. Because I think, he is a solid player. I'm not sure how we quite got away with that one there, but, we did. He is a really solid player, and he does have a pretty high degree of creativity, so I'm trying to get him back out, onto the field, because in my 4-4-2 with the way that the system's playing, he isn't really as involved as he had been in prior seasons. So I'm really trying to get him in there. But I think we still have some work to do to kind of open up the overall creativity of this particular system at this point. I'm not sure what I want to do with it either. I'm just sort of I'm trying to explore some ideas and trying to figure out some ways to kind of bump up the creativity. Again, we blast the crossbar on that one from Lapsley. So I think we were a little unlucky to at least not get one of those there, but given the lack of, like I said, given the lack of creativity, I'm not entirely opposed to the draw being, the scoreless draw being the fair result here. But again, here we created a decent opportunity, a good tackle, takes Phipp off the ball because he just doesn't really have the wheels. I'm a little disappointed that I think we're going to end up having to let him kind of go at the end of this season. I think he just doesn't really have. He wasn't bad and he's had flashes, but the consistency isn't there at this point from him. So again, a hold up. We get Phipp out there. The only option he really has is booting it from an extremely long range, and that pretty much ends the game there overall. So, not a lot to say in the mix. I guess is it just another bore 0-0 draw on a feature game. So that's it for this one, guys. So I'll see you guys in the wrap up. Okay, guys. So here is the upcoming schedule. So we have Gillingham in the first round of the FA Cup, which I think is a definite winnable game. Like I said, third round in the FA Cup is really what we're aiming at. So we're going to play Gillingham, Hartlepool, a game we really need to take points out of. Wimbledon, we definitely have to be winning this one. Lincoln, we absolutely have to be winning this one. And Barnet, a game we absolutely have to be winning. So we really need to kind of go on an unbeaten run this month, and I think we can do it. So I will see you guys back here after the Barnet game for another wrap-up. And so until then, guys, if you like what's going on in the series, please hit that like button. If you like what we got going on the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Leave any comments if you got any thoughts and feedback. I always happy to hear it, and I'll respond to you as soon as I can. And then please check out Paul's creating a legacy series with FC United of Manchester. He's got some really great and exciting things coming up. So if you haven't been following along or you've been missing it for a little bit, go and check out and catch up on his episodes. I got a link to the whole playlist, so if you want to catch up on everything that was going on with the White Tigers, you can. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.